Hey all, this is the third video I've created coming from this one layout, and in this layout you might have guessed we're going to learn how to make stickers. And this is a sticker, and there's just a simple little trick to have you do that will make the sticker look a little bit more realistic. Now you can make stickers out of anything. I'm not going to teach you really how to make the basis of the sticker, but rather just what makes it a sticker. And in this case, I made this sticker from this photo, and I used the posterize filter to I don't know if I can undo this to show you. Let me try. See what we get here. The original photo, and I used the posterize filter on it in order, I got some blending going with it. Let me undo the blending. In order to get it to black and white, you used a filter adjustment posterize with the setting of 2, so I only had 2 colors, and to get it to black and white, which allowed me to be able to draw this outline. And I did have to peek at the original every once in a while, but for the most part these are not together right now. I guess I could move that up. For the most part it allowed me to see where I needed to go in order to draw this outline. And then after I drew the outline, I took the original photo and extracted it, ran a bunch of filters on it because I didn't want it to be too realistic. And of course I cloned out the spoon. Yeah, you end up doing tons of things just to make one small little element. People have no idea what I did to that one small little element. But what I'm going to show you is what I did to get it to look more like a sticker. You can see some of the filters and things I ran on it to blur it out so it wasn't so realistic. But I'm going to show you what I did with it after I had extracted it and put the outline on it. So let's close this one out, and I have another file here. Here is the same thing 3 different times. This is the outline simply filled without any border and without any what I'm going to refer to as the sticker texture, I guess you could say. So if you look at that one and you look at this one, you're going to see this looks more like a sticker than this one. And so this is what I created on the last page, and then I turned it into this, and when you apply a drop shadow to it, it looks even more like a sticker. Now this one here was done with that same outline, only I filled in the various parts of the outline using a gradient tool, and also using the burn tool. And I think we've already learned many of those skills. I simply took, I guess I could find that outline. I simply took this outline and clicked on the magic wand and selected an area, and then I had a gradient that I used to fill it. And then after I filled it, let's turn this back off, after I filled that selection, I used the burn tool and I burned around the edges. Just so quickly, and then I got the magic wand and selected the next area, and I did it, and so forth. And then I ended up, this is the color I actually was using initially, I ended up making it darker and filling and doing a bunch of stuff with the white area. So you can also do a lot of various things. You could just fill it with a solid color if you wanted. Once you draw your outline with your brush, or there are some commercial use doodles out there. There is a book, I'm having trouble remembering the name of it, books that people buy that have these in it that are commercial use. I'll see if I can't find the name of that and put that in the thread for you. So how do we make, let's undo. How do we make this turn into something more realistic, like this? So I'm going to turn this off, and we're going to take this original cup down here that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to save this, I guess. Well, if you want to save each step of the way, you can activate both of the layers and duplicate them, and then turn off these two layers. And then I have a working copy where I've saved these original copies. I'm going to merge linked, and now we have one piece here. Depending on which version you're in, you would add a stroke. In some of the higher versions of Photoshop, they actually have strokes here individually, or you can add a drop shadow and then take off that drop shadow. I'm going to add a black stroke. Oh, you can see here, as soon as I did that, I have some cleaning up to do. So I'm going to grab my eraser and work on cleaning this up. Okay, just a little bit of cleanup there. And so then I'm going to click on the FX to change my stroke so that it is a white, but I don't want it completely white. That doesn't make for a good sticker. You want it to be just ever so slightly, a little bit gray. And I'm going to make it a little bit larger. That's a little bit too gray. A little bit more wider. There, that's good. And adjust the size. Stickers, I see some people come out with stickers and they have really large borders like this. That doesn't work. But there is no right or wrong. I mean, you could have a very thin one like this, or I think about right in there. Minus 13 pixels, 13, probably no more than this 25, and click OK. Now that is just simply how you get the border, because most stickers have a border, and that's a basic skill most of you know, but you still are not realistic as in this one up here. And the little trick that makes it look realistic, like a real sticker, is to add a texture to the top. And before you do that, you need to commit this layer style. And in my case, I like to save my steps along the way, so I'm going to duplicate that again and save this original. You don't have to. Right click and simplify, and now my layer style with the border is committed to it. I am going to hold down my control key, click on the thumbnail to get marching ants around it, create a new layer, and then I'm going to go into my gradients, and I'm going to create a new gradient. Let's pick this black and white and click new. I'm going to change this color stop to a gray. I'm not sure what gray. Doesn't matter. I can change it later if I need to. Move this white over. Now I'm going to show you how quickly this is to create this gradient. If I click on my gray and then click over here, it puts that gray over here. If I click on my white and then click over here, it puts a new white right next to that. I'm going to click on the gray, click over here, and it puts a new gray. And just keep going. White, gray, white, gray. And then, you know, if you need to add more and scoot things around later, you can. You don't want this to be exactly spread out. You want a little bit of variety. So you don't want them exactly the same spaces in between. So I have gradient, and I have my selection, and I'm on my new layer, and I want to come from the top down. I really don't want to come straight across. That's not going to be realistic, but just anywhere. You can keep playing till you get something. But there is my gradient, and then I'm going to change this to the multiply mode. Now you can see that little bit made it look like a realistic sticker. Control D, and if it's a little too much, you see it looks not quite like that, I'm going to go ahead and lower that opacity a little bit. You want it to be very, very subtle, as if almost you know the sticker paper with the sticky stuff on the back is kind of a unique kind of feel. Or just think about picking up a sticker and licking it and knowing what kind of paper it is and how it's kind of wrinkly, and when you barely touch the sticker it kind of makes it look so that it's not flat anymore. It kind of has some ripples in it from the fingertips, and that is what we just did with this. And so we're going to go ahead and do that again with this shape, and I've already put the border on it, so I'm going to Control J to duplicate it, and right click and simplify. You see how easy this is. Hold down the Control key to get marching ants. Create my new layer style. Now I'm already I already have my gradient created, so I'm just going to simply do this, multiply. Now you can see, because this didn't have all the other textures and colors in it, this is way too much. Look at the before and after. So in this case, I'm going to really drop down the opacity. Let's see. In this one, the opacity was 73. In this one, I'm already way down to 35. Before, after. Before, after. And now you can see that looks a lot more like a little sticker also. So it just depends on your coloring, and if you need to go back into your gradients, let's see if editing my gradient would work. Maybe these grays are a little too gray, and I could make them even lighter. This just goes to show how you can play, because each sticker is going to be a little different, I think. need a little bit different, something different. So let's try this again. I'm going to get that marching ants, create a new layer, and draw with my blending modes and put it on multiply. And you can see that looks a little bit better for this one already. I won't have to lower the opacity quite as much. In fact, I like that a lot better. Before, after. Old one, not as good. New one, a little bit better. So you just have to play until you get it looking more realistic. And that's it. You save it as a ping file, and I look forward to seeing what you can do with these, because you can make stickers of any kind of, you can even just doodle your own doodle. Just get your brush out and draw a flower. Use your shape tools if you want. Find a CU doodle, commercial use doodle, anything like that. Take your own image like I did and trace it, because then that definitely is copyright friendly. And anyway, have fun. This is up to your imagination. Think about using text. You can make, as long as you're using a copyright friendly font, you can create a text and apply the same effect to it with the sticker. Sometimes, I mean, and here's another thought, as thinking about the text, sometimes with text you may want to go ahead and fill in this area. Let me get the same color as my border, and that makes it look even more realistic, like a sticker, filling in those extra areas. And you can do that especially with text, and either way is not right or wrong. It's just a matter of preference. So I might share this one like that, and I might share this one like that. Depends on how fancy the sticker cutters are, I guess. I'm trying to think if I ever see stickers with holes in them, and I think I do. I think you wouldn't see a lot of holes, but maybe a few. But for this one that's more realistic, I like the hole, and for this one that's more like a watercolor effect. Hey, watercolor brushes. I wonder what that would do. So many ways to fill these. Anyway, I'm babbling now. Get out there, have fun, lots to think about, and I look forward to seeing what you can do.